This is Charlie giving you Wednesday's video, and the topic of today's video is the fear of losing, which most traders suffer for much of their trading careers. But yeah, it's a serious subject matter, especially for people who first get into trading. When I say first get in, I'm talking about people who might have be trading for a year or two, or three, or four, where they really struggle with having losing trades. And the flip side of that is this desire to be right, of course. So we go through life. We start out as children, going to school, being taught to be right all of the time. We have to pass exams, do tests, all of those sorts of things instill this desire to be right all the way through till we go to university. Same thing, pass more exams. Same in adulthood and in work, that we have to try and be right as much as we possibly can. And then we discover this thing called trading, where we have to accept that we're not going to be right all of the time. In fact, some of the very best traders out there are right less than 50% of the time, and yet for most newer traders, they really struggle with that. They'll understand when you say, look, if you have a 50% win rate, and you are right, if you have a risk reward of 1 to 2, that means out of 10 trades, if you were risking £1 to therefore make £2, you would lose £5, you would make £10. Voila, there you go, you make your net £5. Yeah, most people can understand that concept. What they struggle with is once they actually start trading and they have some losses or some losing trades. And don't get me wrong, it's not a nice experience, especially if you're going to drawdown, but that's not what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about just fear of loss. And so what happens is lots of traders spend time trying to avoid losing. So then they jump around from trading strategy to trading strategy, trying to either perfect what they've got, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's always good to try and work on what you have, but sometimes you have to be careful not to curve fit with something which it works anyway, sort of thing. And so that sort of thing can happen, or they just jump from strategy to strategy in their search for the Holy Grail. So I'll let you into a little secret here, my 20 years of trading now, that the Holy Grail really doesn't exist. Don't get me wrong, everyone needs strategies and approaches to trading, but if you gave 10 people the exact same strategy, you would still get 10 different results, because everyone's different, and some people would hesitate on some trades when other people would take them on the others, and all that sort of stuff would go on. So really it's about finding the right sort of strategy for you and spending more time developing yourself and your mindset so that you're comfortable with not only having losing trades, but comfortable with having winning trades as well, because having winning trades is something that people have to deal with. When you have a run of a few winning trades, that can be just as dangerous, if not more dangerous, than having a run of losing trades, because then greed and overconfidence can come through. So just the food for thought for today is this fear of loss is quite understandable, because we are pre-programmed, we are hardwired to fear losing, fear loss. But in actual fact, we have to go through this acceptance phase and accept that we're going to be right only a certain percentage of the time, but provided the trading that we are doing is fine, i.e. we have risk to reward on our side, or whatever it might be, that actually you're going to be okay, and just deal with the losing trades. So how do we deal with the losing trades? So an easy thing that we can do is just try to not put all of our focus into that very one trade that we're in right now. As much as we obviously are going to do it, we are interested in the result of the trade we're in right now, put it into context and say, look, this is just one trade in the next, let's say, 30 trades I'm going to be taking. So there's no point in measuring my success or failure based on the outcome of this very trade. I have to measure my outcome based on a collective of trades. So let's say it's 30. I remember Mark Douglas in his book Traders in the Zone talked about putting a number of trades together in a basket, and only then, once you've done 30 trades, then you look at your performance across those 30 trades. And what often happens is people measure their performance so based on whether they win or fail, and they look at the end of the month and say, oh, let's say, for argument's sake, as we're talking about losing today, I lost this month. Yes, now go over and review your trades, and tell me if every one of those trades that you took was correctly taken. Were the winners? Did you run them to their targets, logical conclusions, or did you snap at your profits and take your profits too soon? Because people, I find with traders, is that we all have very short memories, and we tend to forget. We look at our P&L and say, oh, I'm down for the month, but then we forget that actually there's a reason why we might be down for the month. Yes, we're all going to have losing trades. There's always going to be those few losing trades which we probably never should have taken, and of some of the winning trades, we probably should have run them more than we did. And if we just avoided some of those things, we might actually be better off. So there you go. There's just one idea there. So if you suffer with the fear of loss, just try and put it into context. It's just one trade out of the next 100 trades. Try to make it as unpersonal as you can, and accept that we're going to have losing trades, but if you can stick to looking for quality trades that over a large enough sample size, you're going to be making money. I know that's an easy concept that I'm just talking about here, but it is so true. But it's all up in the mind. Don't allow the market to get at you. The market's job is to try and talk you out of profitable trades and get you into losing trades. Try to not succumb to the market. He is a nasty person. He's constantly trying to get you to do the wrong things. If you can look at it that way, then you'll be much better served, and you won't worry about the losing trades quite so often. Hopefully that's some food for thought today. I shall see you on Friday for live trading.